So, first of all, a disclaimer. This video contains a clip of bullying. So, from the famous comedian Crowder, to the famous Shyster Shapiro, down to the barely conscious YouTuber Sargon of Akkad. So, Sargon did a video recently about this viral clip that's going around right now, where Syrian refugees bullied and waterboarded. While the video isn't exactly a waterboarding, and points to Sargon for nitpicking that point, it being one of the few legitimate points he made, it, however, is not something good. But before we even get to the video, let's go to one of the first things that I noticed when I pulled up his video. It was Sargon's comment, responding to one of his fans saying that he shouldn't try and downplay when people are bullied, because it's a serious problem with lifelong consequences. And Sargon said, and I quote, "Thanks for the input. I do agree that, of course, bullying is bad, and can do as you described, and I agree that this appeared to be a classic case of bullying. But I think that the individual has no choice but to get over it, frankly. The only other option is to allow it to dog your psyche for the rest of your life, so to remain a prisoner of it. I was bullied at school, and like many other people, I think I learned to just get past it. I could probably have been more empathetic, but this seems like quite a trivial case that's been blown way out of proportion. If you don't mind, I'm going to pin your comment so others can make up their own minds and correct me, or you if they feel the need." So, after hearing from Sargon that his kids should just get over it, I actually went to Google what actually happened, because trusting Sargon to interpret anything for us is pretty miss or miss. So, it turns out this kid had been severely bullied. He had his arm broken by bullies, which is why it was in a cast in the video, and he had his hair set on fire, he had eggs thrown at him, and racial slurs yelled at him and his sister. During the so-called waterboarding, the other children were threatening to drown him. So, trying to say he should just get over this bullying seems extremely stupid, considering they literally broke his arm, and that he's in physical danger from them, and that it might escalate at any time and he might actually die. But I don't know, just get over it. I don't understand how someone could be such a piece of trash as a human being. Is it because he's Syrian and he should just accept that his arm won't get broken by bullies? Well, this is all written before I saw the Sargon video. So let's see if the video will make me angrier or what.
That video of two boys in a school playground having a tussle.
I don't know, man. When they knock a kid on the floor, dump water in his face, and threaten to murder him, that doesn't seem like a tussle to me.
Has been the source of 2 days of utter hysteria in the British press and among the British public, and it's unbelievably pathetic.
Yes, you are, Sargon. And that's why you do slightly more research than watching a YouTube video that triggers you, and then making a video for your 860,000 subscribers. Okay. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm getting triggered about his hatred of facts and logic. So far, we're not even 1 minute in. I don't know if I can make it through this entire video. This is much worse than Crowder or Shapiro. At least they have some type of facts or logic on their side.
What I saw in that video were two boys having a tussle in a schoolyard, with one boy pouring water on the other's face. Of course, that's not how the media portrayed it, and that's not how the public is interpreting it, even though there doesn't seem to be anything more to it.
Holy shit, does this man not know how Google works? As soon as I heard about this incident, I Googled it to see what non-YouTube sources are saying about it. Turns out there's a bunch more shit going on, just like I said in the intro. Am I more informed about this topic before I watch the video than I'm after? Well, so far, Sargon's DDC is destroying my brain, so maybe so.
But because the young lad who had water poured on his face was a refugee from Syria, now it's a racially aggravated assault. Even though so far, we have no reason to believe that it's racially aggravated at all.
Maybe it's considered that way because they'd been calling Jamal and his sister racial slurs for weeks and broke his arm. But I guess Google is a foreign language to you.
Barry Shearman, the local MP who'd been supporting the boy and his family, tweeted, "Video of the assault against one of my constituents, absolutely shocking."
I mean, it is an assault, and you seem to think assault is a fairly minor crime. However, I'm pretty sure I can find a picture of Sargon saying it's not okay to punch Nazis. Why do you think it's not okay to punch Nazis, but it's okay to assault Syrian refugees? Why are you defending Nazis, people that actually espouse genocide, but refugees from a war deserve to get punched?
My goodness, boys fighting in a playground.
But like, punching Nazis is bad.
Absolutely shocking! I am against this kind of thing, good sir. Well done, Barry. We're all against bullying, but you're against it the most. You're the most virtuous here. You should probably tweet some more about it. Maybe you can get some more virtue points from the general public.
It's funny how he's calling out virtue signaling when that's what he's doing to the alt-right. He's making a dog whistle about how Syrian refugees deserve to be attacked, and it's ridiculous that this is getting any attention. But like, punching Nazis is bad. Okay.
Now, when I was at school, such an incident probably wouldn't have even been reported, because, I mean, all he did was got dragged to the floor and had some water poured in his face, and then he walked away. Dickish, yes. Need for a criminal investigation? Well, I wouldn't have thought so, but Superintendent Steve Dodds of the West Yorkshire Police says, "We are investigating a report of a racially aggravated assault of a 15-year-old boy which occurred on the playing fields, blah 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 blah."
If by reported you mean filmed by a bystander and uploaded on the internet, thereby becoming a viral video and getting a lot of attention? I mean, yeah, back in your day, considering you're 39, was the 90s. They didn't have viral videos and easy access to the ability to record videos. No shit, Sherlock. You're making yourself appear super old, brah. They don't have MP3s or SoundCloud rappers back then as well? Well, back in your day, you could also illegally and legally harass gay people. But, well, times change, and if you don't keep up, you seem like the asshole you are.
Good grief, Superintendent. I hope you can bring the perpetrator to justice. Maybe you could help pump up the atmosphere surrounding this so people become hysterical. So people start getting out of their mind with how racially aggravated this all is.
Yeah, I mean, how dare the bullies break his arm and call him racial slurs? Don't they know how bad it is to rip up anti-refugee hysteria? But like, holy mother of victim blaming.
I mean, it couldn't just be that these were two boys fighting in a playground.
Again, no. That's not what happened. And why are you so against Nazis being punched, but okay with refugees being assaulted?
This has to be something bigger, something deeper, something racial.
Holy shit, maybe he's finally understanding this.
A video of his sister being bullied as well comes out, which again, totally against. But it probably shouldn't go further than the school itself, should it? I mean, it's not like there aren't kids all over the country being bullied in their schools and it doesn't go further than the school. But because these are Syrian refugees, because this is something that could be racism, oh, now everyone has to have an opinion. Now everyone has to get in on this. This needs to become an absolute catastrophe for the school, for the person involved, for the boy doing the bullying.
But like, this totally doesn't have anything to do with racism. And it's ridiculous to consider it as racism, despite the evidence we have that this is racially motivated. Like the fact that the two siblings were, and I quote, racially insulted. Holy shit, how do you get so angry for the wrong side? When you watch Star Wars, are you one of those the Empire did nothing wrong guys?
Because it turns out that girls are no better than boys when it comes to establishing dominance hierarchies and bullying one another.
Something lobsters, but also maybe the video of people trying to rip a burqa off of somebody's head might be considered racially motivated, huh? Makes you think. Well, not you, but like other people that aren't crazy.
And so that was it. All bets are off. And now the public are involved because this is now national news and it gets ugly. Really fucking ugly.
Why are you so blasé about assault when it's done on Syrian refugees, but like punching Nazis is bad?
I mean, for a start, the 16-year-old in question that did the bullying is being called some low-life thug. Really? Is that how we're treating a 16-year-old who had a tussle with another kid in a schoolyard?
I don't know, man. Assault and a death threat doesn't seem like something an upstanding citizen does. Nor does that seem like a little tussle. But I guess it's the internet, so Sargon must be really used to death threats to be so blasé about it. Also, the Nazi thing again. And why are you sympathizing with the bully more than with the kid that had been bullied for 2 years?
Because it turns out maybe there is a problem with hyping up this sort of crap with the general public, as the family of the bully themselves have been driven out of their home and forced to get a police guard because of threats from vigilantes from the general public. Is this spiraling out of control? Or is this what we want to happen? Is this the way we want it to go? Two young boys have a fight, two young girls have a fight, and suddenly threats, death threats, the cops are involved. This is now costing taxpayers money.
Oh, now death threats and violence are bad, now that they affect white people. But like, when you have an actual video of someone committing violence and threatening to drown a Syrian refugee, that's just a schoolyard tussle? Like, holy shit, how are you this hypocritical?
Holy shit. Get a fucking grip, everyone. It's two kids fighting. That's it. That's it. It's not the end of the world. For the love of God, you know what's going to happen? Nothing. They're going to get over it.
No they're not. First of all, bullies broke the kid's arm. Second of all, things like this leaves lifelong psychological scars on people. Just saying for the kids to get over it and grow up while decrying similar violence done on people that look similar to Sargon is incredibly hypocritical. It demonstrates your obvious bias.
Teen who allegedly waterboarded, yes, waterboarded, we're still using that phrase, a Syrian refugee has been forced to flee his home after being targeted by gangs of vigilantes. It's understood that the cops removed the lad's family from their Huddersfield house under the cover of darkness after a gang of vigilantes turned up and hurled a barrage of abuse.
Yeah, isn't it terrible when people have to flee their house due to threats of violence? You know, maybe we could call the bully's family refugees? So isn't the demonization of refugees just terrible?
Spokesman said the 16-year-old youth has been interviewed and reported for a summons for an offence of assault. Not racially aggravated assault there. That's interesting. He will appear at youth court in due course. Notice that you can't see the guy's face because he's only a kid. But the alleged attacker has been inundated with death threats on social media.
Oh, the person had committed assault? So it's not just a schoolyard tussle? You know, if a refugee had attacked someone like this, then I'm pretty sure you'd be screaming about violent refugees. And hey, look. A short search leads me to a video that Sargon published about Islamic use of vehicles and terrorism. There's probably a bunch more, but he has so many videos. I can only listen to so much before you get brain cancer and die.
Well, I'm glad the media drummed this up into a massive shitstorm, because otherwise this kid and his family might not have become public enemy number one for the high crime of having a tussle in a playground with another kid.
No, it's an assault and a death threat again. Also, I thought you guys were super into agency. If the kid didn't commit a crime, then he wouldn't be facing repercussions. I thought that's what you guys believe. So, you just didn't read any of these things that are on the screen? I thought he might have missed this article, but I guess he just can't read. Sean and Jen must be right about that. I spent 10 minutes cross-referencing all the other articles to prove that this article had been released before he released his video, because it debunks almost everything he had been saying. But he actually found the article, but for some reason doesn't know how to read when it's actually on the screen in front of him, throwing out some offhand comment about how the kid will get over bullying. What?
Eventually, the boy who did the bullying has to now come out and say, look, this wasn't a racial incident. This was, in effect, boys being boys.
Oh yeah, you can totally trust what the bully says, but fuck the Syrian refugee, am I right, Sargon? If you actually read the article that you'd previously had on screen, it would say that he was part of the group of bullies that had previously broken his arm. But if the kid said it wasn't his fault because he's not a Syrian refugee, you suddenly believe the criminal when he says he didn't commit a crime?
Hysteria drummed up, and this has led to this kid becoming essentially famous in this country as some kind of bully, even though, let's be fair, I don't think we have the context to suggest that's the case.
We have a video of the kid bullying someone. I don't understand why the standards for evidence for you are so high, and that you constantly believe the criminal instead of the victim at every turn. But only in this specific instance. Well, unless it's a woman, I guess.
Set up a GoFundMe for the boy himself, and he's raised £150,000 for him, which is very nice. Seems honestly unnecessary, but hey, it's their money, let them donate as they want.
The family is leaving the area because they're afraid to live there and don't want their kids to go to the school after years of being bullied. They kind of need the money for that. But hey, facts don't care about your feelings, Carl.
Then for some reason, Tommy Robinson gets in on this, saying that the Huddersfield boy was not innocent and in fact the refugee was the bully himself. He alleged that the boy was part of a gang who had beaten a girl in the same school, leaving her black and blue. claiming he got the information confirmed by the girl's mother. Here's the interaction where she sent him all of this stuff. It turned out this was false. This was then later retracted by the person who sent it. I don't know why they sent it, I don't know why they would want to lie about this sort of thing, and I don't know why Tommy didn't take more time to try and fact check this. But either way, he did make a retraction.
I'm glad that you reported that this was fake, but I wish you'd reported more of the things that actually happened in this incident.
Burning garbage pile, it needs to get worse. It needs to carry on. This isn't just some silly thing that happened. Oh no, everyone's come to this with their own agendas and projected it on from the left and the right, and now we've got this absolute burning dumpster fire of bullshit over something that just wasn't really a very big deal. Oh, the kid cried himself to sleep. Yeah, he'll get over it. He'll get over it.
No he won't. He's already too afraid to go to school anymore, and is having to move at great personal expense to the family. This is being done to people that just a couple of years ago had to leave Syria due to war and violence, being replaced yet again because of violence and racism. You don't think that's going to leave a lasting mark on these people?
When they report on it. This is an absolute storm in a teacup, and honestly, everyone involved in it should probably be ashamed of themselves for hyping this up.
Yes, you should be.